How's everybody doing today? For an order for manifestation to take place, you have to let it do its due process. Um, the universe wants to fight back. When you make big changes in your life, the universe will hit you with these tests that I always talk about, and it pushes you. It pushes back. There's resistance there because it's counterintuitive to how you've been operating, the way you think and all that stuff. When you make changes, it wants to not only test you but push back to see how strongly your desire to change is. It doesn't. It's almost like it doesn't give away freebies, right? You have to a little bit earn that respect. It's not the same for everybody, I don't think, but when you're making super significant changes, it's gonna try to earn. You have to earn its respect a lot more. The bigger the changes, the small changes, it's not so much. It'll throw you little things here and there, and you'll see hints of manifestation and this and that. But when you're trying to make a significant big change, let's say changing your emotion from anger to happiness or sadness to happiness, it's like one of the biggest shifts you're going to go through. If you're depressed all the time and you're trying to be optimistic all the time, that it's almost like the exact opposite. So it's going to throw everything at the book at you. But you have to wait this due process. You're doing the work. You're doing great. You just have to sit back, let it go, and let it come to you, and wait. You're looking at the clock, but you don't need to. You have to trust in the universe that it's going to come into play. What you desire will take a little bit of time for the manifestation to happen because you weren't getting what you desired before. The stuff that you desired before, you weren't retrieving it. Now it's starting to come through. It's a massive shift. So when you're raising your vibration, you're basically like, let's say you got all this baggage. You're carrying a big backpack, and it's just full of stuff. It's like 8 feet wide, and it's almost touching the ground. You're bent over, and every once in a while, what you're trying to do is you're trying to take another, like, throw the pot on the ground. Take this piece of trash, throw it on the ground. Take this ball, throw it, and soon your burden becomes lighter. And you have to get rid of all that junk that's on your back and that's on your shoulders in order to stand up straight, flow, and feel good. If that makes any sense. Once you remove all that stuff, you're up straight. You're energetic. You look athletic. That type of stuff, but it's more of the mental thing than anything, not physical as much. And since I talked about the physical, since I brought physical up, it's imperative for you to be physically active. I keep mentioning this because the body requires it for healing. Your meditation does a lot of it, but movement in the body, in the blood and the muscle, and the bone density and all this stuff, it will not only make you euphoric, you'll feel better, you'll want to eat better, and it's like the cherry on top. You're going from second place to first. You're winning at that point because, yeah, you could be like very good in spirituality and manifestation, but that one little chain could be holding you back a little bit if you're not physically taking care of yourself. So that's also important. And like I said, you don't have to do this all at once. You work on small things at a time. You start going to the gym more often, and it could be even in one day. If you weren't going at all, start going one day a week, and then work on your affirmations and your thought processes and your meditations and your grounding and all the other stuff that I talk about. And soon it starts accumulating. You're painting a picture, and it's starting to become complete. You start off with the pencil marks, then you start drawing the black lines to outline it, then you fill it in with color, so on and so forth, and eventually you'll have a full painting, and it's whatever you're envisioning, because this is a movie. It's a simulation movie of your thought process. Now every movie has challenges to overcome for good plots, right? you got to come over those early challenges, and at the end, you know, it's the happy. It's basically the riding off into the sunset, that, you know, the forever after, the happy ending, you know, that type of stuff. Because you went on an adventure, and there was challenges along the way, and you had to overcome those challenges. And in the case of spirituality, those challenges are breaking the old mind construct into the belief that you're a co-creator of this universe. You're an infinite spiritual being having a temporary human experience. And when you start realizing that, your journey and your adventure becomes very, very deep and rich and full of life, and miracles and miraculous things start happening around you, and it's unbelievable. Every day you wake up, you can't believe how good your life is and how things are flowing very well for you, and the people that you're meeting and the family that you're bonding with, and your friends and all that stuff, and you're going on trips, or you're creating stuff with your family that you never thought was possible. This all comes through the due process. So sit back and wait. Don't worry and have anxiety about what it is you're doing, because that anxiety is now hindering the raising your vibration. You can't be high vibe if you have anxiety. So you have to let go of the anxiety of wanting to become high vibe. I know it's confusing, right? It's counterintuitive. The anxiety will pull you back down. So you don't want to start trying to raise your vibration and then have anxiety about getting to the destination, because the anxiety will now claw you at the back and then start pulling you back down the mountain again, if that makes any sense. But that's all I wanted to say today. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys watching my videos, and have a nice day.